into our first of our time trials with the 65 car of Barry Kelleher out on the circuit, ready to do his flying lap against the Hunter Communications timer. And he gets the green flag to send him on his way pretty smoothly out of turn 1-2. Not a bad line down the back and very quickly under the Hunter Communications timer. If he can sort this corner out, he'll get a fairly good time too. He comes to the line in 13.242. 13.242 for car 65 of Barry Kelleher. Next driver onto the track, the 64 of Craig Darville in the red 64 machine. He's not new to the Newcastle Motordrome circuit. Seen him here before, and he gets his one lap time underway. Just seemed a little bit unsure about things. He came out of turn 1-2 okay, under about 6.5 seconds down back straight away. He'll grab the checkered flag this time round, and Craig Darville brings off a 12.943. 12.943. And that's the quickest time so far. Here's one of the local lads, the 62 of Wayne Russell. His first year in sprint car racing. Great to see one of the locals out there, and he's about set to get underway with his flying one lap time, and he gets the green flag. Improving too, Wayne Russell. He was a little bit hesitant as you'd expect his first time out. That's about 6.5. That's a pretty good time. He'll be happy with that. He holds it nicely out of turn 3-4-2 to the checkered flag. 12.689 for Wayne Russell, and that's a good time too from the local driver. A 12.689, Ross. He'll be happy with that.
Very happy with that, Joel. And here comes one of the firm favourites for round 2 here at the Newcastle Motordrome tonight, Skip Jackson from Sydney. The flying Skip Jackson comes in to run against the timer. Away it goes. Our Hunter Communications timer right down to 1,000ths of a second here in our main control tower. Skip Jackson comes hurling out of turn 4. Have a look at this one. 12.402. 12.402 for the number 7 of Skip Jackson. 71, Ken Croft has already hit the oval of the Winds Newcastle Motordrome. He'll come out of turn 3-4, he'll get the green, and away he'll go against the Hunter Communications timer in our all-important time trials for round 2 of the Easter Trail. Tonight it's the Winds Sprint Car Easter Championships here at the Motordrome. Here's Ken Croft coming in a 13.147. 13.147 for Ken Croft. And here is last night's winner from the round at Wagga, Sydney driver Brett Loadsman, who only a few seasons ago found himself in stock cars, taking part in things like demolition derbies, and now he's out in the fastest machinery on Speedway. The Wing Warriors, the sprint cars, last night's round winner, Brett Loadsman, 12.597. 12.597 for the New South Wales Brett Loadsman. And now our Central Coast driver, Scotty Davis, goes really well here at the Motordrome and has made rapid improvement over the last season or two, and relatively new to the sprint car ranks. In fact, I think this might only be his second season. From the Central Coast, Scott Davis clocking in a pretty quick time, 12.438, just behind Skip Jackson. He moves into second spot, Scotty Davis, with a time of 12.438.
Bob Tunks out on the track for his lap against the clock. He'll get the green this time round. The lights are out, indicating in the sprint car division a start, and he gets the green flag this time. One of the veterans of the circuit, needs no introduction. Bob Tunks down back straight away. Not a bad time either too. He'd be in the under 13 second, I would imagine. Out of turn 3-4 to get the checkered flag. 12.689. 12.689 for the 54 of Bobby Tunks.
Not oftentimes, Joel, down to 1,000ths of a second, but he's got an exact same time as Wayne Russell. 12.689, exactly the same. Wow, here's a hot footer. But away against the time, Bob Jackson, who ran second at Wagga last night, brother to Skip Jackson, out of the leader car ranks or compact car ranks and comes into the sprint cars, and a 12.594 is just 0.03 of a second faster than Loadsman. So Bob Jackson, third fastest of the night so far despite the smoke, 12.594. On the racetrack now, the Queenslander, driving number 41, Tony Bridge. Great to have a couple of the interstate drivers supporting our series here at the Motordrome tonight.
Yes, he comes to take the green flag and to set him on his way for his hot lap. To turn 1-2, not too badly. A nice line as he came out, down back straight. Just over 6 seconds, so looking at about another 12.6, 12.7 down to the line. 12.593. These times getting very, very close. 12.593 for the Queensland driver, Tony Bridge.
John Shaw hits the racetrack in the Havileen car number 66. John finished in 5th place at Wagga last night. He is just one of the top competitors here at the Motordrome, and another one of the early favourites to do well in tonight's round. Oh, a super line through turn 1-2, about 6.5 seconds. This is going to be a quickie. Look out, this could be number one. Here he comes, 12.310. He makes it number one. John Shaw from the Central Coast, 12.310.
Now another visiting driver, a Victorian driver, the 37 of David Anderson, out on the track, ready to do his hot lap, and the green flag this time. Great to see, as Ross mentioned, some visiting drivers. Handled it okay in the turn, got out a little bit wide, but corrected it nicely down back straightaway, about 6.5. So this time's going to be pretty competitive, down to the line in 12.624. 12.624 for the Victorian 37 of David Anderson.
Already out onto the racetrack, the 44 car of Joel Knott, only a teenager, some 17 years of age, one of the youngsters ready to try and make his presence felt in the sprint car ranks, and a beautifully prepared car, a very professional team, supporting a young driver who they would like to see go to the top. So here's a teenager. If there are any teenagers out there, you'll be cheering for Joel Knott. He got out very wide, but corrected it nicely. 13.312, a nice correction. He looked like he was going to be in trouble. And 13.312 for Joel Knott in the 44th.
Rocket Rod Bowen out on the circuit. We saw him here a couple of weeks ago in the speed car division. He's out tonight in the sprint cars. The black 75, familiar black 75, takes the green flag to set him underway in his hot lap. The nice line through there too, kept nice and low on the track. Got the drive out of the turn, about 6.5. So looking at about a 12.6 down to the checkered flags. And Rod Bowen, 12.781. 12.781 for Rocket Rod Bowen.
And hitting the racetrack is the number 9 car from the ACT, from Queanbeyan actually, Darren Saylard. And Darren Saylard did well here at a meeting at the Motordrome a couple of weeks back. He'll be keen to repeat that form tonight. So away against the Hunter Communications timer, he goes, oh, he made a bit of a mess of turn 1-2. That's cost him some valuable seconds, about 6-7. He goes past the Hunter Communications timer. He'll be unhappy with that mistake in turn 1-2. 12.735 for the ACT driver number 9, Darren Saylard.
Car 18 onto the track, Bruce Hill. He is a regular here too at the Wins Newcastle Motordrome. Doesn't do too badly, very consistent driver, and he gets the green flag to send him on his way into turn 1-2. That's not a bad line either. He kept the power down to the track and got some nice drive, and just over 6 seconds too. This could be a quick time from Bruce Hill. Out nice and tidy too to grab the checkered flag. 12.638. 12.638 the time for Bruce Hill.
Now the 36 car hits the racetrack, another one of the Queenslanders, Darren Jensen, who finished 6th in the feature race last night at Wagga. And Darren Jensen from Queensland, took it a little in his setup to start his flying lap. He won't want to make that mistake next time round. Got out wide in turn 2. Keeps it together a little better this time. Again, just a little wide. 13.135. 13.135 for the Queenslander Darren Jensen.
The other 37 car of Chris Lowe out on the track. The two 37 cars, the other one the Victorian. But this man out on the track, the 37. Whoa, we're scraping the concrete wall. He's got the white wall tyres on now. He grabs the green flag eventually after a pretty scary moment. He might be not changing the wheel, but the underpants after that one as he comes out of the turn to grab the checkered flag. This will be a little bit slower time. He made up good time, 13.306, 13.306, and a hairy ride for Chris Lowe.
Now onto the racetrack, the 91 car of Wayne Ingram. Wayne Ingram in the 91 car comes in to do his fast time. Wayne's one of the visitors from the southern districts and heads down back straight away at about a 6.9, maybe right on the 7-second mark. And he will come through and clock in a 13.859. 13.859 for the 91 car of Wayne Ingram. Now we're being informed by our pit marshal that Andrew Seckold has arrived. Apparently he went all the way to Wagga last night, and the only lap that he did was the one lap with the push crew trying to get him started. The engine wouldn't even fire last night, so he went all the way to Wagga for nothing. They got back to Sydney the early hours of the morning. They've worked all day to get the engine going. They left Sydney late this afternoon. Andrew's only just arrived at the racetrack. The officials have granted him permission to come out. He will do 2 warm-up laps and then his time will start. So they're being pretty fair to Andrew Seckold. He does present himself professionally, very professional outfit, and supported by Time Zone and Spirulina. He comes in to do a couple of warm-up laps. Another one, I think they will give him. And this time round, Andrew Seckold's time will start. So there it goes. Seckold gets the green. That'll make him happy, at least that the car's going. And it hasn't given him a lot of time to get organised and get settled. But he comes in at a pretty creditable 13.012 for Andrew Seckold. So that will complete the lineup. I think 20 cars have run against our Hunter Communications timer in the time trials for our WIN Sprint Car Championship tonight. The sprint cars will move away from the infield, and then we'll get down to the serious business of racing events on our card tonight. WIN's night, the first night of our double header here at the Motordrome. Our next batch of events will be qualifying round 1, heats 1 and 2 for the New South Wales Street Stock Sedan Championship.